Okay, this is for parents and students of our science talents. As you know, we've been whittling down the number of teams for Future City. It's a great competition, but we have about 20 teams. We can only take 10. In fact, that was a rule put upon all teams because of Bay Academy. One year I think we had 13 or 16 go. We basically took up the entire program. So they cap all teams at 10. So what we're doing is we're having the students give their presentations this week, and as a result of the presentations, we're going to decide which students are really coming along well enough to be put into the competition, Future City. If they are not taken in the Future City competition, then the next thing I had them all do early on was I had everybody register for e-Cybermission. It is a phenomenal project. Unfortunately, most of the students, as with many of the projects or competitions or contests, sometimes don't take them as seriously as they should. This is a national competition. It is highly regarded, and I would love for some of our students to do great in this. So anyway, this is my page that I'm looking at right now. And what I have is I have all the teams who have registered here. So these are our science talents who are non-science Olympiads who have registered here. You can see some of the names. Give you some of my favorites. Soggy cereal, don't like that one. Collaboration, love that one. Jelly beans, it's okay. Little potatoes, we lost crispy bacon, which was my absolute favorite name. Lemonaders, alone we are smart, together we are brilliant. Some love lab accidents. So let's take a look at APE. So we're going to go into their mission folder. So once you have 3 students, Elizabeth, Ariella, and Paulina are on this team. Once you have 3 students, your mission folder then opens up. Then you can start gathering information to put into the folder. So the folders, we'll take a look at the first one. They want you to answer questions about all of these. Your collaboration on the team, your scientific inquiry, benefit for the community, and then the last one, mission verification, goes very quickly. It's just a couple of yes/no questions. So what I had the students doing was I had them using the computers to put together a lot of this in class. Unfortunately, as you know, once you give a phone or an iPad or a computer to a 11 through 13-year-old, all of a sudden they realize that the desktop needs to be changed. They need to be searching for ridiculous things. So they lost the privileges for the computers. So that doesn't mean anything, because they should be able to do this without the computers. So you'll find in this first one, team collaboration, they have questions. How was your team formed? Was your team assigned, or did you choose to work with each other? So you start to put this together here so the students know these boxes, if you start filling them out, and you go past, I think it's 20 minutes, it closes and it does not save what you have in there. So what I suggest is I always suggest working on a Google Doc. When they're home, they should have these questions. And if you're saying, well, how do they have these questions? I just happened to today put together a worksheet for them with all the questions that you are going to see right now. How was your team formed? Was your team assigned, or did you choose to work with each other? So I am going to make this available to the students, so when they're home, this is a Google Doc, they can make a copy of this, and they can actually be doing this work at home with each other. When they come into class, they should then be answering these questions in their notebook. Take 1 or 2 questions a week and answer 1 or 2. That would be more than enough. They would have plenty of time to finish this. So anyway, getting back to this. Next one, provide a detailed description of each team member's responsibilities. If you need help, look here. Sir, you need help with this, look here. So if you click on this, gives you a PDF on creating the mission plan. We come down to our next questions, and as we go through, you'll see that all the space here is for the answering the questions. But just because there's this much space doesn't mean it's going to be a small answer. They can look at some past winners and see that there's quite a bit of information that has to go into these. So when I say it should take a couple of weeks or a week or so for a couple of questions, it really should. The problem statement, another one. If you need help with this, look here. So the students could have easily been doing this in class. Unfortunately, students in technology always tend to hang a left-hand turn when they should be making a right. And but again, they should be able to sit and quietly talk in a group with their partners how to answer these. What problem in your community will your team be investigating? So this is something that easily, if they had on their Google Doc and put down in their notebook, they would have plenty of work to do in class. They also have these. So if you click on when they get home, and once they get home and they're doing work collaboratively on a Google Doc, they could be going on to these short videos in here. Okay, so again, they have videos here. They have more questions that the students will be answering. Very, very simple setup for this. But it's certainly something that requires time. This is not something that can be rushed in the last 2 weeks before it's due. Every week when they're with me, and they see me 3 to 4 times a week, both 6th and 8th grade, they should be working on these. Coming down a little further, now this is all under the heading of scientific inquiry. So we come down experimental design, which is exactly what we've done in class with all our labs. If you need help with this, they'll either give you a video for these questions, or they'll give you a PDF to read. The experimental process, more if you need help with this. They give you more than enough help and information. And the data collection and analysis. Come down to the end, drawing conclusions. We're going to be doing this in class in prep for our scientific method this week, the test on Friday. And I have, as a matter of fact, put in a perfect conclusion PDF in the students' materials folder, which they could use to actually work on this. So the students have a lot of information. So when they say they don't know what to do, it's not really true. Tomorrow when I see the double 6th graders, I'm going to give them each a physical copy of this, and I will put this into the folders so that they know that they can work on this. They can download one of these by themselves, and they can all work on this collaboratively. And then, once they save this section, they're going to come up, and then finally, after weeks and weeks of work, they're going to, they're going to go into community benefit. I'm sorry. Not after weeks. They do only have one question in here, though. Explain how investigating the problem your team chose will help the community. And again, if you need help with this, they give you a brief video. It's a wonderful project. It goes step by step. This is not something that is totally out of their reach. And as I was talking to some parents at the parent-teacher conferences, with trying to expose them to as many contests and competitions as possible, I always pick ones that, even though often they call for a mentor or an advisor, which I turned out to be, they can actually ask parents, they can ask each other. I am technically the all-around advisor, but many schools, what they'll do is they may do e-Cybermission for the class, just as one competition. I don't think that's enough for our students. Our Science Talent at Bay Academy is a research and development class, which we want them to be doing as much research and as much developing as possible. So they have to be exposed to as many contests and competitions as I can possibly do with them, which I think we have about, in total, 16 or 18. So this is not something that I can spend an excessive amount of time working with them on. But at the same time, this is something that certainly, if they're given the opportunity to look at these materials, they should have no problem coming up with the answers they're looking for. Also, there are other team resources and things that you can go on for here. They have the FAQs. They have resources up here, a whole bunch of stuff. So anybody who planned on doing Future City and is not taken into Future City, this would be a great contest or competition. The next video I'm going to send out has to do with Explorer Vision, which it's my personal favorite. But I love e-Cybermission, and we've had a couple of kids do very well with it, but I'd really like to see a regional winner out of this. So talk to your sons and daughters. Let them know that after tomorrow they will know who is going to be going and who is not going to be going, and to Future City, and then who will be doing e-Cybermission in place. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. If a student is missing a grade for this, it may be because they do not have the requisite number of students in their group yet. So down here, a couple of teams. But all in all, things are coming along nicely. They're learning a lot. Next deadline, early registration ends November 20th, and I think all four classes are really under the wire with this. We're doing very well. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me, and I will speak with you soon. Very good. Thank you.